Alright, we're back. It's been a couple weeks. I've spent these weeks gathering parts, trying to fertilize, formalize or finalize my designs and stuff. There's a piece right there. I'm going to be cutting some this aluminum plate, 1/8 inch. I'll be cutting some braces and stuff out of that for the arm. It's cool enough. We're in the garage now. Southern Florida, I guess it's only getting up to about the mid 80s today, upper 80s. So it's we'll open up that door there and it'll be nice, nice breeze blowing through here. Still got a good sweat going on, but any hotter than this, I don't like to be out here. It's just a lot. So this is the main frame right here of the arm sliding unit that I'll be using. I want to give a shout out right now to Steve Neal, my buddy over in Australia, for sharing his design with me. This is his design. He used this, and he's given me okay to go ahead and proceed with it. And I've done a little. These are under drawer mounted slides. Okay, they were easy close mechanism. The easy close mechanism used to sit right in here, and I took it out so they slide nice and easy. These particular ones are 18 inches, or were before I started modifying them, from tip to tip. You can see I've already started cutting here as per Steve's instructions. Basically, this part will be inside of the robot's torso with this little bit sticking out. These two will be, actually this is one slide unit here. They'll be bolted together like this and sitting inside the torso with just this little bit sticking out. And then as the arm comes out like that, it'll extend nicely quite a ways. So really nice and smooth, really sturdy. These things will hold 100 pounds in the way that those arms are that. So anyway, I've got some cutting to do yet. You can see I did a little bit already. Cut a piece out of here. Did a little bit of filing and sanding here, so it's nice and smooth. I still got to sand this down. And then I've taken it in already to the robot and marked out how far back these will go. I had to cut off probably this much back this way, but that's okay because you see right here that's where the stops are for this. So if I cut this is all hanging off the back anyway, so we'll see how that all works. It'll all come together nicely. So why don't you guys hang in there, and I'll be back once I get some of this stuff trimmed up and cut up and get ready to mount it on the fastening plate. Okay? See you shortly. Well, I've got everything trimmed up and bolted together, and it's ready to go into the robot. I hope. I think I'm pretty close. I might have to do a little bit more trimming here and there just to custom fit it, but you can see back here this side is shorter than this side. That's because the torso wraps around. Now these sliders here, I'm probably going to have to trim them back too just a little bit, but I haven't got to that point yet. I just want to stop and show you where I'm at right now, how it turned out. Actually pretty good. Right now they independently move each other, but after a while, I'm going to have some material bolted on here that'll keep them together and actually be part of the arm, so they'll come out like that. So it's pretty basic, simple application here. You can see I've got some bolts run down through a plate on the bottom. It's just a piece of aluminum plate that I have holes drilled and tapped through. I ran some 1/4 screws through here, or bolts. Basically, this is for the other arm, so you can see what I did. It's just a plate. and tapped some holes that I drilled in there and ran the screws down through there. Pretty simple. I'm leaving these sides on here for now because I'm probably going to use them to attach the drive unit for this thing. Once I get this all figured out and bolted down, I'll have I'm hoping to have a screw drive or a lead screw drive over the top of this attached to this that'll run it back and forth. So that'll all be one piece. So that's later on in the process. We'll get to that later. So, okay, that's it for now, and really happy with the way this is turning out. And I will see you again shortly. Don't go away. Hey everybody, we're back. It's a beautiful day here in southern Florida, southwest Florida. We're in a garage. I'm going to ask you to forgive the noise because we got a lot of construction going on in the neighborhood. There's a house going in a couple doors down there. You can hear the beeping. And the guy down there is so who knows? It's going to get a little noisy once in a while. Mostly beeping and trucks going by, so please forgive me. But anyway, get back to work here. I've just completed cutting out the shelves that the arm rail system is going to be mounted on. These will actually be sitting inside the torso, attached to the CSS with those two notches there, and there'll also be some struts coming down from the bottom down to the bottom CSS to help support it. So I got the idea of the removable shelves from a few people in the Builders Club, most notably Steve Neal. So it's going to make it a lot easier to take this apart and put it all back together if the robot needs to be moved or taken apart. But I've got this one completely done, got all the holes in it, and you can see that the once it's in, the arm will just kind of sit down those holes there, and it'll come out of the robot one piece at a time. So we'll just take these screws off, or these nuts off, lift off the rail system. It's upside down right now, and then this will just be unscrewed and pulled out and taken down through the vent. This took a little while to build. I had to get the dimensions just right so it would fit in there by just some measuring and trimming and getting all the holes just right so everything could line up. So, but what the nice part is, the second piece is pretty much identical. I took this just to make sure it fit and turned it over and stuck it in the other side of the robot, inside the torso, to make sure that it did fit properly, and it did. So I just flipped it over because I will need a mirror copy of it. I took a piece of another piece of aluminum. I think this is maybe quarter inch, no, not quarter inch, eighth inch, and flipped it over on it after I put some masking tape on there and just traced it out. Okay, and if you'll notice, I only have one notch cut in here because I know that notch will fit after trying this piece in the robot. This front notch is going to change a little bit just because of human error and building it by hand. So I didn't cut that one out yet, and I didn't cut out the holes yet where the rail system is going to lay into, because that might change too, according to what I just said, human error and things being different on the other side of the robot. So I'm leaving all that off until I get this mounted and the new rail system built. So once it's these four holes, I'll know where to swing it to center it in the arm, so it'll come out just right. Okay, I hope that's clear. But once I got it traced out, I just put it on my little bandsaw here that I got from Harbor Freight, and it's got a blade. It's got a little ferrous, non-ferrous blade on there for aluminum and stuff, and it just cut it out. I still got to take and file it down, take this stuff off and file down the edges because it is kind of rough, and I've already done that on this one. It's just smooth as a cat's nose. So you can see the edges around. You guys want to make sure you do that because you don't want to get leave it like this in a rough state and cut yourself or cut somebody else down the road. Plus that's a mark of craftsmanship, so make sure that everything's nice and rounded and beveled. Okay, that's it for now. I will go in and once I get this piece taken care of, I'll mount those. I'll show you how I mount these into the robot. Okay, I'll be back in a little while. See you then. Alrighty then, I've got most of the work done on these shelves now. I went ahead and cut in the other notch where it's going to be sitting on the CSS and clamped down. So you can see, I mentioned that it's going to be a little different, and you can see the difference. So it was a good thing I didn't do that right away and mark it. So this one did line up with the other one, and this one is a little bit off as I predicted. I still haven't drilled the 4 holes yet though for the bottom of the rail system here, the rail support system. So this will actually be, this is backwards, something like this. It'll be in there like that inside. So let me pause this now and I will set up the tripod and try to give you a look of me putting this all back together, okay? Or I'll put it all together. So don't go away, I'll be right back. We are looking through the right armhole now of the robot's torso, and I'm hoping you'll be able to see me put this together without my hands getting in the way too much. I'm going to do the opposite side first. You'll probably see my hand reaching through. I'm going to put this shelf up through the torso vent on that side. So here we go. It's relatively easy. Just clean it up, lay it down, and I want to lift up these washers. See, what I did is I brought these nuts up from the shelf that clamps the shelf down with a washer. I don't have any fingernails, so I can't get there. Oh, embarrassing. There it is. Okay. So, flip it up, slip it in, lay it down, and run these down, and that's pretty much about it. Make sure it's bottomed out. And I can take a wrench and wrench those down and make them very tight. I'm thinking about possibly putting another bolt in right here just to firm it up a little bit more, just in case. But that's got a pretty good support to it. So I'm also going to put stanchions down below, down to the bottom on the angle back to the rods, just to give us some more support. So that's how that one's put in. Let me see if I can't get this other one put in now. Up close and personal to you. The bump in the camera coming up from the vent. Lay it in here. Get it underneath the washer on each side. And spin the nuts down. It's really as simple as that. Now I'll be able to show you a little bit more in a second. Let me see if I can't pick up this camera now and move it. It's still on the tripod. So you can see now how it lays in there. And I can actually adjust the height of that now simply by raising this shelf back here with that, loosen this nut up and either lower or raise that bottom nut, and the whole shelf will come up. So you can see the same way on this side. Adjust it up and down. Now again, like I said, I'm planning on putting stanchions down below, going back down to the bottom of the rod down there, or to the bottom plate of the CSS. I believe I'm going to be using more threaded rod with a turnbuckle in the center, so I can adjust that height up and down. I did that on my personal robot. It worked out really nice. So let me show you really quick here how this rail system goes in here now. It'll just lay in here. Hopefully you can see that okay. And it'll drop into those holes. Nice and easy. I just got this. Camera's kind of in the way. I can't quite see where the back holes are. There they are. Okay, see how easy that lays in there then? I don't know if you can see very well, but back in the back there, let me zoom in. Whoop. Get some light. Back in the back, way back there, you see those black marks? That is a piece of wood that the builder of this torso put in there. I'm not sure why it's there. That's probably where the seam was. But I need to actually carve that out a little bit, and chunk that out so that this one arm support will, instead of hitting that piece of wood, it'll go past it like this one does. And it'll go back far enough into the arm. So right now it bumps on that. Other than that, it works really nice. I'll pull out a little bit and bring this back, and you can see how nice that comes out. How nice and centered that is. I keep losing my light. Well, there we go. Anyway, it's hard with one hand, one camera, and no lights, so there you are. Okay, I'll be back soon with more to show, so don't go away. Bye. I am back. I've gone ahead and taken the torso off the old boy here, and I finished up the other side, the other slide. So now he's got both arm rails ready to deploy the arm. So looking pretty good, I think. Just wanted to give you guys a shot of what it looks like when it is inside the torso. You can see, I'll give you a little close-up more of the way this is put together. It's very, very simple and very elegant, thanks to Steve Neal. This is kind of his baby here, and he shared it with me. I tend to overcomplicate things. So you can see it's just basically cut out. The bolt hole is just cut out and slides in there. And the shelf positions the height of the arms. And you just undo those bolts on top there and slide it out. But of course, like I said before, this comes out first, goes out through the armhole, and then you undo these. Undo these, and it slips out and drops. So what are these, you might ask? Well, these are stanchions I added also. It's basically I got this beam and these little U channels from Servo City, and I just cut them to size, took some measurements, and put it all together. Pretty simple, and it gives a lot of support for all the extra stress. See, right? I wouldn't want to, but you could probably hang on that. Delivers the stress right on down to the base of the CSS. So that's pretty much it. A guy could, instead of using something like this, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get this exact here, and it doesn't have any kind of adjustment to it really once it's in there, other than adjusting the shelf a little bit. You could do something like this with right and left turn nuts, the couplings, pins, and all that, and that could sit down in there like that too. That would give you a whole lot more of adjustment up and down if you needed to. But this is expensive and it's bulky, and that is that's not inexpensive, but it's a whole lot less money than something like this. And once you get a set, you forget it. It's pretty much the way it's always going to be, if you know what I mean. So there you go. That is my arm rail system that will eventually hold the arms, and this is going to be the end of this part of this video. I'm going to start another one for the actual motorization of this guy. So it'll be, I'm going to be running probably hoping to develop something with a screw screw rod. Okay. Anyway, take a look at the next video once I get it designed and filmed, and you can see all about how I'm going to make this all go in and out and attach the front claws to it. Okay, it'll be powered by a saber tooth and a kangaroo. Kangaroo is right there. I'll have another one to operate the arms in and out. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tune in to the next video to see the next stage. Thanks and have a good day. Bye-bye.